there are unanswered questions that Wunmi must answer. After all, Mohbad's father and mother, from what we have seen, they are not too close to their son ever since he joined the Malian group, ever since he was able to count 2,000, 5,000, and maybe possibly 500,000 naira. Somehow, it seems he did not relate well with his father anymore. He decided to be more of a family member to his wife's family. And that is why questions must be asked. What really happened to Mohbad? You see, a video surfaced, and in that video, we saw the NDLEA bursting the Malian house. When they bursted this house, we saw Wunmi. Her name was screamed and shouted. In fact, I don't know if she was high on something or that is how she is. Probably because her mother is a police officer or she got angry. I can't really say. I realized that amongst everybody there, she was much more bolder. She was actually trying to grab the cap off from the head of one of the NDLEA agents that even had a gun. She was not afraid. She said, shoot, do whatever you want to do. She was screaming. So that kind of, it sort of tells me the character of that person, unless she's on high something. But if this is what she is normally, then we should begin to ask questions. Because one of the friend of Mohbad, one of his friends, has decided to lay out certain things, and I don't want to be judgmental. I want all of us to look at it, because he stated that Mohbad's wife did not take Mohbad for treatment. And even Naira Marley was saying, when I wanted to take him for treatment, he rejected it. He said, only my father and mother know what is wrong with me. Now, Mohbad is late. We cannot really authenticate that sentence, the words coming from the mouth of Naira Marley. But what about the wife? How come Mohbad's wife has not done more? Why is it that friends are those that are standing up to help him? And one of his friends, called Speed, or is this Spending, that tried to help him, is now in the custody of the Nigerian police. And they say they are holding him. They are charging him to court for accessory. I say accessory of what? Well, they said he's the one that invited his personal auxiliary nurse that is not qualified, certified to administer the medication that she administered to Mohbad. So it is this friend that decided to share this with us. And I'm going to read word for word what he said. Before you marry any girl, please take your time very well. Mohbad was a happy man before they used jazz to hold him away from everyone. Now, before I proceed, remember that Mohbad's father said that they used the powers of darkness to tie his son to them. And who is this them? Wunmi, and her family. The man went on to say that they wanted to reap where they did not sow. That he, as a father and his son, obviously, when you marry, you want to do some good things around, but not everything. It cannot be 80-20. What Mohbad's father is saying connects to what Mohbad's friend, My C, is saying. I was a supporter and helper, always driving him around before they separated us. Now, the only stubborn goat is Prime Boy. Prime Boy, for a while, was also going through the same. They wanted to separate him, Prime Boy and Mohbad. But Prime Boy was so stubborn, and now look at what it has cost him. He had a fight with his friend, and this resulted to what we are seeing today. Even Wunmi wrote a private chat to Gist Lover, and in this chat, she kind of hinted at, they said that it is not ordinary, meaning the fight between Mohbad and Prime Boy is not ordinary. So who and what is behind it? I will continue. Because if he had known that this would result to him being arrested, he would have packed his bags and, just allow himself to float and wait for his own time, his own timing. Because now is Mohbad's time. He also sings. Maybe one day someone will spot him and will help him. But he decided to be around his friend who has made it in the industry. And you know the rest of the story. The Nigerian police got him attached to the RIP of Mohbad, regardless of if it is the nurse that administered whatever, regardless of if it is two fighting. So my sis said they separated us after the NDLEA released him and he became sick. I fought for his life by taking him to different hospitals for treatment. I advised him not to leave the label and he should just manage and complete the 3 months left. Now, let us begin to add the dots together. Now, you can see the contention between Naira Marley and Mohbad and why Mohbad and his parents, father and mother, went on their knees to beg Mohbad. Can you get the true picture of everything now? So the record label is like, you know what? I made you to be what you are. So you must complete that 3 years. You cannot escape regardless of, oh, this is what is happening. You've read the terms and conditions. Unless your record label is not meeting up to the terms and conditions, then you can take them to the court. But because you think you are now popular, you're already, known here and there, and all of a sudden you say, no, I'm not going to complete the remaining 3 months. I'm on my own. You people cannot do me anything. Well, unfortunately, the same way he did not take his record label to the court if there are some discrepancies, that is the same way his record label might not take him to the court. They will do what? Handle it in a way that, most of the videos we are saying, street. They will handle it on the street. So that connects to the videos that we saw on social media where he said, leave me alone. No, they say that they want to RIP me. If they RIP me, is the Naira Marley label. Oh, that's one of those things. Like, so you think you will not finish up the contract and you will just go off like that and perform anywhere in Lagos, anywhere? No, it's not going to happen. We own you for the remaining 3 months. Are you connecting the dots together? Let us continue. When he wanted to commit suicide some times ago, I broke into the room and rescued him. I gave him a lot of show deals, but I had to let him be because his wife was always causing fight between us. His wife was always causing fight between us. Prime boy accused Wunmi of having issues. I mean, maybe, let's say both of them have issues. I don't know if it is Mohbad that caused the issue with the wife or it's the wife. Both of them had issues. Prime boy was trying to get in between. Now, this brings me back to what Mohbad's father said, that when Mohbad is asleep, Mohbad's wife, Wunmi, will be busy transferring money into some accounts. Do you get the true picture? Are you beginning to see? You see, when someone is successful, you have family and friends dragging you right, left, and center. Everybody wants to benefit from you. Your immediate family, your wife wants to benefit from you. Your original family, they also want to benefit from you. And, your friends, they also want to be around you. And this could result into serious conflict of interest. Everyone is in whatever they are in with you based on their vested interests. Nothing more. In fact, if you're not careful, you will only be attentive. You will only be interested in the, oh yes, sir, or God, sir. You will never listen to good advice. You will think you have acquired enough. You've made money. You are famous. You will believe that you know more than every other person and that you are higher than others. Rather than you sit down, reflect, and think, wait, hold on a second. Where am I getting it wrong? Should I wake up and call my father one day and say, Dad, I'm going to send a car to you, pick you up. I just want us to talk like father and son. And your dad will be like, where? You take your father somewhere for a week to just discuss and talk about life so that you can learn from that man. Unless your father is a wicked man, and it is clear that your father is a wicked man, because it's not all parents that are real, Let me continue. Now, this is the bomb. This is the bombshell. Mohbad once caught her with a fetish ring I am ready to spill everything if she confronts me. She had his life in her hands and directed it wherever she wanted. Ask her why she hacked his WhatsApp. Mohbad's father really suffered to make him who he was. He is far better than his mother. I in so much pain that death took my friend away. My mental health is messed up. I want you guys to allow this to soak down. Yes, particularly those, you see, when you begin to do this otomoko fetish thing, dubious things, you begin to do marabu babalawo thing, you begin to see this fetish person, they give you this ring, they give you this soap to shower and all of that. Once you find, I don't know, maybe he himself is into this kind of, maybe that is the reason why he fell so much in love with the family of his wife, because they took him around where his glory that he already had will shine. Who knows, maybe they took him somewhere to shower some soap, because I just cannot understand that leak, that audio leak, where Mohbad was saying, telling Wunmi, if you RIP me now, what will I say? Wait, hold on a second. How can he be sitting in one corner and be calling the wife and say, if you RIP me? Why don't you break if you know that there is something like RIP involved in whatever she's doing? And he went on saying, hey, if you RIP me, make sure you RIP your family too. Meaning, if you don't RIP your family, you will see, because God will deal with your family also. Now, what has happened to him? What has happened to him? And when I heard that voice tone, I'm like, wait, is this guy not spiritually tied? How can a guy be behaving this way? So according to this guy, he's saying that Wunmi tied Mohbad. Immediately they realized that some change has started coming in. They did the needful. And what is this needful? They went diabolic. They made sure that they tied him. He ate, he showered, even chopped kwekus that have been spiritually anointed to tie a man. This world is bad. According to this guy, he said anywhere Wunmi tells Mohbad to go, Mohbad will head down there. Whenever Mohbad tries to regain himself, that's when you see him talking and say, you want to take my life? You want to RIP me? Oh, ho, ho, ho. And I'm like, hold on a second, man. What is really going on here? Don't you have parents? What happened to your parents? Why don't you call your dad and your mother together and seek for help? Like, Mom, I need us to really talk. What's really happening? Let me continue. He went on to write this. Never in my life will I catch my so-called girlfriend or wife with sort of jazz, calabash and ring, and I go still put my trust. Never. If I was lying, tell her to confront me. What was the ring Mohbad complain about? Waiting that ring stand for. If it's sure for her, make she confront me, say I dey lie. Why did you act his IG? WhatsApp? I see the liar be, confront me. He went on to say this again. Where all of una dey when me dey carry am up and down. When he was sick, you know how restless I was after I was released from NDLEA? Una sabi how I fight for him life. All of una no sabi games families to dey play when he was sick. After everything I did, they made this guy separated from me, all in the name of Mo. Don't leave label with fight. How many artists fight label wey still blow for this Naija? This was my point to him. I even made sample of some artists. He was so happy and said, my see, I always listen to you. May God punish me if I'm lying. Then it was just 3 months to complete deal. Then y'all should have made him finish the 3 months and make him leave, make him have peace. But una push am, but una no fit back up. Allah will never forgive y'all. Make una enjoy till he go ask una everything. Now you're getting the picture. All of those videos that you saw out there that you say, oh, they were threatening his life. Like, seriously? Can you live in an apartment and you refuse to pay your house owner or your house? What is it called? Landowner. What is it called? What are we talking about here? You signed contract with a label. Nobody knew Mohbad. Nobody knew Mohbad. Not until Naira Marley stepped into his life. Okay, became what he is. I don't know. Maybe Naira Marley was not meeting up to the contract. I am not sure, because there are two sides to it. When you sign a contract, your manager, yourself, and the record label. Was the record label and the manager taking chunks of his act? I don't know. If that is the case, then the next thing you do is to go to the court. You go to the court. Look at Wizkid when they signed a contract. No, Wizkid also had the same issue. He signed a contract back then with his record label. And after a while, we started seeing, things being played out here and there. It became messy. He decided to get out of it. But he did it far away. Oga jar to the UK. He had enough money. He jar to the UK. He didn't allow one person. He was attentive to his mother. He was attentive to his mother that passed away recently. You don't just throw your family, your father, your mother away. You don't throw them away because you have made some little change. And when you need their help, you call them to come and help you beg. You don't do that. You don't do that. If you had sat down. Now, the mother is saying, oh, they maltreated my son. Obviously, if your son signed a contract of 3 years to give the record label maybe 10 albums or 5, that is why you need to look at the context. You need to check your contract. You need to know what your contract is all about. But most of the times they are hungry. They want it. They want to shine. They want to be popular. They want the money. They want to live on the island. They want Mercedes Benz. They want to drive. So they sign whatever without reading. They don't even get a lawyer. They don't get a lawyer. They don't take it time to read and look at and say, wait, will I be able to fulfill this? They just sign everything. And because they think, oh, this is Nigeria, then they care less. They care less. They are like, you know what? I'm out of this record label. I ain't doing no more. I'm now popular. I can stand on my feet. Just imagine, if you had gone through it for 3 months, why don't you apply sense to it? After the 3 months, you will shine. Maybe if he had done that, maybe if he had stayed with his record label after the 3 months, maybe some might say, oh, why are you saying you should stay with the record label? Were they not trying to make him take some substance? Who told you that Mohbad wasn't taking substance before he joined Naira Marley? He was already taking things. He didn't learn to take it there. He was just able to get more. He was just introduced to more because now he has money to who told you that he wasn't taking? Who told you that some of these artists that you don't know, they don't take some weed here and there and say it helps them to get their lyrics from wherever? So we cannot just keep hammering on foolishness. We have to learn from it. It's not only about justice, it's about common sense. Let us apply common sense to everything also. When you want to join a label, you might be an upcoming now. Listen, you are seeing everything. Wise, oh. Don't go and sign anyhow. Sign what you know you can fulfill. Sign what you know you can fulfill. And if push comes to shove, you realize that your label is not treating you fine. They are not giving you what you have signed, how it's supposed to be, your percentage. Then take them to the court. After all, you have made some little change too. Take them to the court. Let the world know before they start bullying you all over the street. What are your thoughts about this one? This new, info? Drop your comment, like and share. See you in the next update.